Now neighbors say they don't have a problem with solar energy itself, but rather the magnitude of the project that will be seen right from their front yard. Now officials tell me that it's still unclear when people should expect to have their water back on.
44 News reporter Megan Diventi has been covering these protests all day. She joins us live in Evansville with the latest. Megan.
Mac, it certainly is an emotional night here in downtown Evansville. I caught up with protesters today who touched on a number of issues they want addressed. And officials say it's important for drivers to understand that when they see a school bus with a yellow flashing light, to slow down as a precaution. And Timmins workers tell us that this piece of machinery could cost anywhere between $30,000 to $40,000. Amanda, a portion of each admission is donated to local nonprofits, including those for children with disabilities. One family modified their vintage car to be more handicap accessible. Really crowded out here. The doors to the Ford Center opened a little after 3. Everyone is expected to leave the summit with tools that they can take back to their community. Reporting from Indianapolis, Megan Diventi, 44 News.
We grew up singing the hymn America the Beautiful in church, and when I sing that song, I think about these fields.
Kathy and Eric Cure are concerned about the future of their neighborhood.
When we found out about this project, it was the magnitude of this project. I can't find anything larger than this in the state of Indiana.
Their home of 36 years is currently surrounded by hundreds of acres of farmland. But soon 3 sides of their property could be farming a more modern commodity, solar power.
You have a platted subdivision to our east. You have homes that have been here for 100 years and more. And for them to want to put what I consider a power plant in our backyard is just not acceptable.
The proposal involves a 30-year lease of the property near the Cure's home with 2 10-year options to renew.
The only person that we can see that's profiting from this are the property owners that signed and this company in California.
Now neighbors say they don't have a problem with solar energy itself, but rather the magnitude of the project that will be seen right from their front yard.
We do have a voice. We know we're up against big money. They're throwing big money at these property owners.
Cure says she's concerned for future generations who will live near the property.
It's my lifetime and our children's. And then if it does not go back into ag, what does it become?
I was sick to my stomach.
The former Spencer County Animal Shelter employee initially went public with her allegations against the Spencer County Animal Shelter through a post on Facebook. Bridget Woodson says she was instructed twice to put live cats in the freezer to die.
So she instructed me to go ahead and put it in the trash bag, you know, that's assigned to the specific color, and then just put it into the freezer.
Alive?
Yes. And I told her it was alive. I told her it was up and moving.
Woodson recalls the first time she says her boss, Christina Payne, asked her to do this.
The first time I was asked, I was given an option, and the cat that did come in, it was a kitten, and it had been sucked up into a car and ran over. So it was in really bad condition. And she mentioned putting it in the freezer then. And, you know, I mean, she could tell that I was uneasy about it, and she said, but don't worry, you can take it to the vet.
She says she took the cat to the vet to be properly euthanized. After the second phone conversation with her boss, she says she once again took the cat to the vet, but texted her boss shortly after.
The second time that I was asked personally, I wasn't given the option, even though it was the same time of day. And she was also not there again. I was there by myself, and I told her, I said, no, I'm not comfortable with that. You know, I'll see, you know, maybe if the animal will pass on its own, because I just, for some reason, I felt like I was being told I couldn't take it to the vet for whatever reason. So I called the vet myself. And I decided, you know, if money's the problem, then they can bill me. That's fine, because I can't do the other option.
Woodson posted a text conversation with Payne, who she said the freezer option is no less humane.
If you read the text, it acknowledges, you know, what was said. And the fact that she thinks, you know, putting an animal in the freezer is no less humane than taking it to the vet and having it put down.
Woodson says she attended a board meeting last week to address her concerns. She says she just wants something to change.
And I'm not trying to get the shelter to shut down. I want people to show up there. I want people to see what animals are there, and I want them to take them home.
The animal shelter posted on their Facebook page earlier today saying they will be open normal business hours. The 800 block of East Gum Street in Evansville is now at the center of a death investigation.
I've been here for like 5 years. There's been no shootings, no problems, no issues, nothing going on here at all.
That was until Tuesday morning. Corey Luster, who lives in the neighborhood, called police, saying he shot someone in self-defense.
The individual that called in to 911 that said that he had shot someone was arrested on weapons violation charges, but he has not been charged in connection with the shooting itself.
When police arrived, they found Christopher Vinson, who had been shot, lying in the street. Kristen Kemble lives a few houses down from Luster and says she talked with Luster after the shooting.
You talked to Corey Luster.
Yeah, I talked to him, and it's not, you know, I told him, I said, man, you're going to be all right. I mean, go and get a few charges, but you're going to be all right.
Evansville police say Luster isn't charged in connection with the shooting at this point, but he was arrested on separate charges.
But at this point, we have not established probable cause that a crime happened, but we do have the charges for being a felon in possession of a firearm.
When Kemble was questioned by EPD Tuesday, she told them she was inside when the shooting happened. Wednesday, she told 44 News she was outside doing her makeup around noon when she saw the argument starting.
I heard 3 pops, and I came out here, and I seen a white male with jeans on, blue shirt, dark blue shirt, walking out into the street, looked like he had blonde hair. Walked out into the middle of the street backwards, tripped over the curb, he hit the ground.
As police try to get to the bottom of what led up to the shooting, Kemble says she's also trying to figure out how the incident started.
I'm not exactly sure why that guy was beating on his door like that. But like I said, he's a very good individual. I'm sure he gave him plenty of chances, you know, to go, get off my block, man. It's ridiculous. But like I said, he's an amazing person, and he don't start no trouble with no one.